for the last, the old name of this Philippine gold lane here. I think still so much upper hand for
A lot of heroes in his arsenal, so he can go aggressive and defensive. So far, we have seen him on the fighters a bit more often. So we'll see if the Philippines want to revamp their strategy, going from a front to back to maybe something a bit more aggressive. But they've banned, as you mentioned, Momo-chan, the Franco, the Martis, and the 1-1. So it seems like late game or a slow-paced game is what they are going to aim for. Slovenia takes away the Fredrin that the Philippines picked twice actually in their match against the Ninja. So maybe they're onto something, but whoa, hang on. Speaking of signature picks right here, could this actually come through, Momo-chan?
like the old rice with the Iesf Mlbb, but unfortunately you won't see it, Arashi, because there will be the first pick for Valentina and also Beatrix.
They can't keep getting away with this, man. They keep baiting us casters into thinking something crazy is about to happen.
I was waiting Villa Luna's access just now in the first match, but
Same.
but yeah, you don't have to come until now to see that the god of access, the god of support.
Exactly.
Villa Luna.
The top level Estes. For now, it will be Valentina and yet again that Beatrix. As we mentioned earlier, this is a hero that is very signature to Soriano. So we'll have to see if he can yet again have a great performance here. Because if everything goes according to plan, on that Beatrix, he is an absolute problem for any team going up against the Philippines right now. As for Slovenia, Cyclops could it be? It is going to be a Cyclops and a Diggy, which we have seen banned very, very often. So we'll see if Slovenia has a particular plan here. Because usually, as we mentioned, it's used either as a very solid source of poke damage or to counter a lot of utility.
Yeah, Cyclops has an ability to have, the lockdown power here, the star power lockdown coming from Cyclops. So it could be anyone got caught by it. So I think Philippines, they have to be really, really be careful, by the star power lockdown that can be used by Slovenia, because one member, maybe important member that could change everything. But then it is.
Benedetta. We've seen it banned from a multitude of teams actually. Philippines, I think, banned it once, and I think the Indonesian team also banned it away. It's a very, very troublesome hero, but we've seen that against a Fredrin, sometimes the Benedetta does struggle quite a bit, unless, of course, this Benedetta is going to be flexed away to a different role.
Exactly, I'm thinking the same way just
We have
now.
synergy here, Momo-chan. We have the same thoughts.
We have the chemistry already, but yeah, it could be the XP lane, it could be the jungler as well for Del Rosario, so it depends on what Philippines want to bring us for this match. And going into the second bidding phase here, it's gonna be Leslie, because Slovenia, they haven't secured any good lead position for mid into the late game, or maybe for insurance for them to just win the game here. So Philippines, they could ban everything. They could ban Clean, they could ban Leslie, they could ban
Blood,
even Cloud, yeah.
or the Irithel as well.
That's right.
A lot of options here, and Slovenia, they ban away the Carmilla, despite the fact that one of the big pluses of Carmilla is that crowd control potential, and they have a Diggy. So it's quite an interesting approach, but as you mentioned, Momo-chan, for the Philippines, they struggled really hard against the Leslie pick against the Indonesians. So maybe that is something that they realize they do not or can't deal with. Of course, in a front-to-back situation, true damage becomes a big factor in those long, drawn-out late-game fights. So I think it's a very smart option, and now only one more hero able to be banned away from both these teams. As so many things open up here.
Yeah, I think Melissa but it's gonna be Hayabusa for Philippines. They take out this Hayabusa, and Slovenia with this Digi. When you mentioned Digi earlier just now, I just feel that they can do a babysit strategy here for Slovenia. Digi will stay in the gold lane for whoever Slovenia will pick. Either is gonna be Melissa, either is gonna be Clean maybe. It could be, still using the same baby assist strategy because they have Digi. with the poke damage from the alarm ball, remember?
Right. I mean, that babysitting strategy is very obnoxious to deal with. It almost allows your gold lane to have a guaranteed lane. And in the current meta, the gold lane is a reliable source of DPS. And so shutting down your opponent's DPS usually leads to very, very solid results in the mid to late game. But the final ban for Slovenia is the Martis, so they're not convinced that this Benedetta is going to the jungle. The Philippines is hovering over a Rafaela and they lock it in.
Wow, I really love, how this
Smart.
do support meta from Philippines. But Freya as a shadow pick for Slovenia. It's very interesting.
Really?
Even we never, maybe we didn't see much of countries such as Slovenia or maybe like Namibia who played in the previous match, but they always come with a unique pick here. This is what I like from another countries between
The other
South Asia.
regions.
Yeah, the other regions. They always comes up with a very, very unique draft, and I just cannot wait for who's gonna be the last two picks for Slovenia. Is it gonna be Freya?
They're hovering for
There
so
you
long and
go.
they actually lock it in. Pawpaw and Koopa and a Freya. This might be the first time I've seen a Freya in an actual high-tier competitive game. This is insane. As I'm going to mention though, the Rafaela pick is so smart because now, yes, they can't really catch the Diggy, but if the Diggy can't really, hang on, if the Philippines can't crowd control because of the Diggy, they can chase with that movement speed. So that is a solution.
What?
That is a Granger though.
That's just a Granger jungler for Philippines for Del Rosario. And they are going to play 2 support and 2 marksman at the same time. Wow, Philippines.
This is something special, something we haven't seen. And if any team can make it work, I think it's the Philippines. Because right now, with this composition, if you don't pay attention to your positioning and your formation when you're moving around the map, it's going to be very, very dangerous for these squishy marks.
So it will make some time for Slovenia to just recall and going back to the base.
We'll have to see, will the Granger poke way too hard for Slovenia to deal with? Ladies and gentlemen, back into the land of dawn between Slovenia and the Philippines. Will the Philippines get their redemption or will Slovenia actually overturn the odds? Let's get straight into it, Momo-chan.
Let's go and look at that Villa Luna. Play a little bit aggressive here with the frame shot that comes from that Diggy. But unfortunately, Villa Luna is still able to survive.
Not quite enough, but very low. The HP bars from Villa Luna, that shows the aggression that Slovenia is willing to bring to the table. But right here, we have a bit of a skirmish already. Aggressive moves from Dap, and he is being punished for it. Although with the current situation, I think it's going to be a bit difficult. Del Rosario, though, on this Granger, as you mentioned, Momo-chan, the base damage definitely gives him an edge in the early game clear. And I think that will amount to a bit of an EXP advantage if we get all the way to the late game.
Oh, yes. It reminds me with the 2 marksman meta, like the old times.
Good
I
old
think
times.
like season, I don't know, MPL season
5, 6?
5, I think 4 maybe.
4 even.
Yeah, it was very long time already, but we will see. The Philippines, they are very, very confident with this strategy, and Bonnie needs to go back with the...
Ooh, Desonata actually sets up that kill, and they're not done just yet. 4 members right under the turret, and Bonnie will be the main target, and he will get taken out. This is the Philippines with the superior rotations, having 4 against 1, uncharacteristically, but the turtle seems to be targeted by Slovenia instead.
Yeah, I think Slovenia, they want to get this. They have to get this turtle though. Meanwhile, Padap is going to be the target that can be taken down by Slovenia because he tried to contest it 1 versus 3.
Tries to make the outplay happen there from Dap, but it won't be enough. The purple buff gets taken away by the Philippines as well. So now they have a lot more options to play around, and the jungle pick for the side of Slovenia is going to struggle quite a bit. But look at the damage coming in. That is a lot of damage, and it will be secured as well. Pure aggression coming in from the side of the Philippines.
Yes, the Death Sonata almost eat Clyde alive, but Clyde's still able to survive and still able to recall, going back to the base right now and try to reset it, everything. Meanwhile, Dapadup, I think he needs to, trying to clear the lane as soon as possible because we know how long for Adrian to clear the lane, right? So Padap actually he has the advantage here. So if he wants to make the rotation, I think it's gonna be easy for the Padap. And Bonnie,
Ooh.
it's gonna be the prior target here from Philippines because they know how strong Popol Cooper, right? Into the
Exactly.
mid and the late game situation.
In the meantime, on the other side of the map, Dapadap has all the mobility to survive from these ganks. So we talked about how the Diggy might be used for a babysit strategy, but Bonnie is not having a good time at all. And in the mid side, Time Journey has been popped up, and now that won't be available for any of the members. It is actually a stolen one used by Imam on the mid lane. But the Philippines are going hardcore on this top side.
Yeah, I think they want to play really fast just by, get all the objective as soon as possible for Philippines. They don't want to drag this game into the late game. You know how scary Freya as well into the late game, right?
Yep.
He could be very very strong. He could be the front liner for Slovenia as well.
And sure, a fight starts to break out. The Philippines are going in, but you can see the first victim is going to be Clyde on the Diggy. It's a double kill for Sorano. That will be Nissan falling down in the same time, and the purple buff yet again is denied away from the hands of the Slovenians.
Yeah.
And just like that, Nibu's passion in the mid side, the pressure, the wave management from the Philippines is benefiting them so much.
Yeah, we didn't see much maybe war between these two teams because Philippines they want to play really objectively right now, and Slovenia most of the draft here are going into the mid until the late game, right? Like this Freya, but look at that. Del Rosario trying to a little bit forcing himself in the mid lane.
Doing a lot of damage. Clyde nearly gets taken out, but look at the flank coming in from Arakiel. This will benefit them so much. That is Del Rosario taken out. Disaster as the next target is going to be Villaluna. Makes it out alive from that situation though, but Sorano, double kill. And actually continuing with that Nibiru. That's a lot of damage. You have to see the items right here, but they are still not done just yet. The snipe is used, but it will connect. That is a monster kill for Sorano. And the Philippines are able to take out 3 members for the price of none, I believe.
It looks very, very comfortable for Philippines. Like, if they keep their tempo like this, not trying to forcing themselves too much, I think they still can get this game. But Rimuru having a 1 versus 2 situation here, but Dapadap still able to survive or not, but no, he's going back with the Phantom Slash and
Oh my
that's
God.
it for the Clyde, and he's able to get shut down by Dapadap.
Imam with the stolen time journey saves the life of Dapadap, and that is a disaster. They spent so much time, and in exchange, they actually lost Bonnie. Yet again, Sorano is an absolute menace right now with the Malefic Roar. These snipes are going to do so much damage, and that will not, oh my god, that will not be a damage that Visao can actually take. And they're not done yet. Rimuru is the next target, and that's the Death Sonata being used. That's Imam securing the kill. And Philippines will continue their aggression. They're not backing away at all as Arakiel gets taken out, and the first base turret will be still standing for now.
Yeah, it's like maybe how much 9k gold lead? Is it 9k? Yeah, 9k gold lead by Philippines team here. So I think it's kind of a little bit hard for Slovenia. They don't have much space here to get their farm. And look at the item. This Digi only have this dominant eyes. Meanwhile, from Zoriano, he already secured his Blade of Despair and Fury Hammer with the Malefic Roar for the attack penetration.
That's a lot of damage comparatively. Popa and Koopa, not even the first BOD completed.
Yep.
Now, Death Sonata yet again used for that engage, and Clyde is taken out just like that. He won't be able to save any of his teammates as the Philippines move for the base turret, but they back away. This is that discipline as Imam makes bold moves around the map.
Yeah, he needs to copy that time journey from Clyde, and now the minion comes in the bottom lane. Now all of the players from Slovenia need to maybe back off a little bit. They have to, try to defend their base before Philippines end this game.
They have to try and find some kind of pickoff because against 2 marksmen, that's a lot of range first of all, and that is a lot of DPS, especially the longer the game goes. Yes, Granger isn't exactly a hyper carry in the late game, but Del Rosario with that Rhapsody has been doing insane amounts of damage, and a lot of these fights are done on the back of that very well-timed Death Sonata. Here we go again. Rhapsody being used by Del Rosario. It won't be enough though, as the Slovenians try and strike back. Nibiru's Passion by Serrano actually shuts down that aggression. There's a trade here. You can see that Villaluna actually gets taken out, and the Philippines, they are unfazed completely. Everything is still under control. There's 2 members down from Slovenia, so against 3, can they actually go for the end? Ultimate has been used right here. Death Sonata used yet again. The slow cooldown is so beneficial, and the Philippines are gonna try and stalk their way, try and find chances to end the game. Imam goes in with that burst damage, and it seems like for now, they will not be able to end the game just yet.
Maybe they can, because look at that. The minion lines comes in into the bottom lane, and Oracle, he doesn't have any defense item to hold the damage that Philippines has right now with the the minion comes in the mid lane right now. I think Philippines, they are able to finish this game as soon as possible. And now Soriano being chased by Slovenia. Meanwhile, the Philippines, they want to target the best as soon as possible. They don't want to give more space, more time for Slovenia, but Slovenia are still able to defend their base, Arashi.
They're defending their base so desperately, but the Philippines, they're playing it calculatively. They have range to work with, they have DPS to work with, and they're slowly but surely just melting down the health bars of the Slovenian players yet again. Dappadap just kiting in and out, actually gaining HP in the process instead of losing it. Death Sonata is used for poke yet again, and look at that burst damage. Imam is absolutely disgusting in this game. With 4 members still alive, they're doing a lot of damage, and Arakil with the Vengeance will not be able to survive either. Double kill for Imam, and that might be just the game for the Philippines in game number 1, showing again dominance and world-class skill.
Wow, Philippines